Again, we're here at Black Hat. Conference is in full steam. I am talking with Jayson Street from Pwnie Express, one of the world's premier hackers. Jason, let me start by asking, what do you consider yourself, a white hat hacker or a gray hat hacker?
I'm a no hat hacker, because it's like, one of the things I have about hats is that it makes it sound like there's got to be a difference between, like, being a hacker means that you have to have like a neutral, like, you know, I'm neutral good or chaotic good or chaotic, like you're a character, and it's not. It's like if a banker who does his job every day gets arrested for embezzling money from his clients, he's not referred to as a black hat banker. It's like we don't have white hat bankers and black hat bankers now. It's like we have bankers and criminals. Hackers are the same thing. You have hackers and you have criminals, period. If I commit a crime with a gun, that doesn't make me a default NRA supporter. That doesn't make me a Second Amendment rights activist. That makes me someone who says, hey, guns are very convenient to commit crime with. I want to use that tool. The same thing with computer crime. It's like a lot of these idiots who aren't very computer savvy, they aren't very literate, they're not very technically acknowledged on how to use these kind of tools, these malwares that they download from the internet, but they do know enough to research it to be able to commit crimes with those tools that real hackers or security researchers make. That doesn't make them a hacker, that makes them a criminal who's used a tool because it's a convenient way for them to make money. That's the way it should be. Leonardo da Vinci was a hacker. Nikola Tesla was a hacker. Grace Hopper, Ada Lovelace, those were hackers. It's like these people committing crimes and ransomware and all these things, they're not hackers, they're criminals, they're using the tools that hackers make.
That's an important mindset, something for people to change.
Yes.
What else do you hear coming out of the conference that you think is game-changing in terms of cybersecurity? Because clearly there are a lot of headlines right now being made from cybersecurity. What do you hear around here?
I'm thinking more and more people are realizing that we think logistically. We think like I'm physically in one place, and so therefore I'm safe. It's like we've got all these walls built out around it. And they're forgetting that they have all these other smaller businesses and smaller offices around the world that give them direct access into their internal network. I was doing an engagement for a state treasury, and they had a very, very secured building. It's like, I mean, it was like there was no way I was going to break into it. So what I did was I drove 50 miles out to an office building. They rented a suite in for an office, and I had the cleaning crew let me in. And they let me in, and then I had full access because then I had access to their network cables. And so I was just like I was sitting next to the state treasurer, but I'm 50 miles away. So that's one of the things that drew me to Pwnie Express was because they look for those remote devices. They look for remote devices that people put in, and they look at those kind of things. So we have to understand that these have stopped being phones a long time ago. Okay, these are no longer phones. These are computers that make phone calls. These are not just communication devices. It's like you've got way too much stuff on here. I mean, you've got your banking, you've got your internet, you've got your email. I mean, come on, you've got Pokemon Go now. Come on, it's a game changer, okay? It's like, I mean, we're living in the future now. It's like I'm catching Pikachu right 3 blocks away. That's amazing. So it's like that's the thing that these things do. And that's also the way that the bad guys are going to be able to get into your corporate environment by bringing in these kind of devices and being compromised, and then compromising the rest of the internal network. So mobile devices are going to be more targeted. You're going to see more people going after the human factor. I'm sorry, I know this is the horrible thing to say, you know, being a black hat in the vendor area, but the Blue Key boxes aren't always going to save you. It's not just the technology. Until you start helping to educate the employees, making them aware that it's their responsibility to be secure in the first place, you're going to keep having these issues. It's like all these devices are trying to help augment them. They can't replace good human behavior.
I got two quick questions for you before we sign off.
Yes.
Real quick, Pwnie Express, specifically, what is he doing here? You alluded to it, but a little more for our viewers.
One of the things I love about Pwnie Express is that we do two sides. It's like for the red team side, we actually create hacking devices to help the system admins, to help security people understand the tools that an attacker is going to use. So we give them those kind of devices like the Pwn Plug, the Pwn Pad 4, which is a really new device that we just came out with. But also, we've taken that technology, that red team methodology and thinking, and actually created a blue team defense mechanism. It's like we created the pulse sensor that you actually deploy all over the place, and then it looks for bad devices like a Wi-Fi pineapple or a Pwnie plug or a Bluetooth keystroke sniffer. It's like it looks for those and it alerts you on a central console. So you can be sitting in New York City and say, oh, we just got an alert, our Berlin office just got compromised by a malicious Wi-Fi access point. We need to shut that down. So it gives that kind of versatility.
And I got to ask this one real quick.
Yeah.
You've been to Black Hat how many years?
It's about 12 years now.
How have you seen it change? And like I said, it says, how have you seen it change? How's it different?
Oh man, see, you gotta be careful. You gotta be asking me questions because I don't filter, and I'll be honest with you. So, Black Hat's totally changed. It's like Black Hat is a great way for corporate people who are uncomfortable being around not normal people. It's a good existing sort of neutral ground for that, which is a good thing because they need to get out and learn what's going on. But at the same time, it's gotten too much of the commercialization and too much of the swag, too much of the. I mean, I love going through the booth and getting my blinky lights things. I mean, I'm walking by and saying like, look, let's not make this awkward. Just give me the blinky white pins. Let's not make eye contact. I just want this, okay? And then they have to do the little scanning thing, and I'm like, I'm violated here, okay? It's like so you get that, but you also get conversations for people that are all from all over the world that they may not normally their company may not have sent them to an actual true hacking conference or security conference like DefCon or like a B-Sides or someplace like that. So it's good for them to get out there and at least get some of that knowledge and get some of that interaction. It's like because that's what the purpose it serves now.
That's excellent. Jayson, thank you so much for talking to us real quick. Where can people find Pwnie Express online?
Go to pwnieexpress.com, and it's like it's really it is PWNIE express.com. There you go.
Excellent. And of course, you can follow us for the rest of Black Hat and into DefCon at On the Verge of on Twitter. And please check out our website at verge.us. Thanks again, man.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.